Hi, Kids Create participants. My name is Virginia Wood. I'm an artist and educator living in Humboldt County. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a bubble drawing using oil pastels. Before we get started, we want to set up our supplies. For this project, you'll need a few oil pastels, a pencil, a circular object for tracing. This could be anything around your house. Yogurt cups or cans of food work great. A black piece of construction paper, and you might want to consider covering your table or work area with some newspaper or other material to protect the surface. Before we start on our lesson, I want to think about the qualities of bubbles before we start drawing them. So bubbles are round, bubbles are rainbow, and bubbles have rings of color. We'll be creating those round rainbow rings of color today. Let's get started on our project. The first step of this project is to use the circular object you found around your house. I'll be using this yogurt cup that I've used for painting before. Any circular object will work. I'm going to place the circular object down on my black piece of construction paper and use my pencil to trace it. So I'll hold the yogurt cup down with one hand while I go around the outside using my pencil with the other. As we work through this project, you might want to create different sizes of bubbles, and we'll need to collect some different size circular things around your house. But I'll get started showing you how to make this first bubble. Okay, so now that I have traced my circle onto my paper using my yogurt cup, I want to pull out my oil pastels, and I want to trace over the circle with a white pastel or the lightest of the pastels that you have. For this video, I'm going to use white. Again, use your lightest color. I'm going to turn the paper while I trace my circle. This helps me to make a nice clean circle. It makes it a bit easier for my hand. Okay. Now I got a little bit of my white pastel inside my circle, and that is okay. If you have a little coming outside your circle, you might want to go back over now and clean up your lines. It's okay to make your circle bigger uh, to make the line look nice and round. Next, I want to grab my two other colors that I have here and start bringing them in on the inside of the circle. So I'm going to grab a purple. You'll grab whatever colors you have in front of you. And I'm just going to trace along the inside of that white circle, or very light colored circle, with my purple, making that ring of color. Remember, bubbles are round. We just made a nice round white line for the outside of our bubble, and now I'm going to bring in a ring of purple just inside my bubble. And I'm not going to connect it into a full circle, but I will bring it most of the way around my bubble. And then I'll pick up the other color I have here, and I'm going to make another ring inside of that. So we're just making rings of color. This time I'm going to just make a curved line that is about a third of the circle inside my bubble. And maybe I'll bring this color back around to the bottom of the bubble and make another curved line, maybe about a quarter of my bubble, just a little piece. I'm going to pick up my purple pastel again and bring it back inside that bubble, continuing to make some curved lines. I'm trying to make the curve of my line match the curve of the circle. Now that I've added those lines in, I'm going to go back to my white, or the lightest color I have. Remember, bubbles are reflective, so we need to make a reflective area where the light will be shining off the wetness of our bubble. So I use my white or light color to come back in and make some short curved lines for a highlight. I'm going to do one on the top, one on the bottom. If you want, you could even do a dot or two where the light is reflecting off the bubble. And it can be your choice. You can bring in a third highlight somewhere else inside your bubble, again making a curved line with your lightest pastel inside the bubble. So here is my finished bubble. Like I said, you might want to experiment with different sizes of bubbles, continuing on tracing other circles in different sizes, and then using your pastels to follow this process.